Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome here to the channel. Today let's talk about a phenomenon that has been happening recently, which is a lot of content creators being exposed or allegedly exposed for some type of problems. Mostly they are the same, but in some cases they're a little bit different, and we're gonna understand why they are being exposed kind of at the same time, right? Sometimes with some days, some weeks in between. So we're gonna look more at the event of the exposure than of what they are being exposed for, right? So welcome to the channel once again. Leave a like and subscribe. The links down below to find more of my content and services as well. So we have, for example, the cases of Mr. Beast, even Penguin Zero, Doctor Disrespect, right? A lot of, and this is not from right now. There has been an uncovering of certain things done in the content creator, I mean, and the influencer scene. But it seems that since like a month ago or so, things have been more exposed, and things that were, or cases that were already exposed, got more dirt uncovered, right? And being an astrologer, a spiritualist, tarot reader myself, I'm not an astrologer or a tarot reader, I'm a spiritualist, right? I use those tools to understand mine and the spirits in general, right? I come to understand that Jupiter in Gemini is playing a huge role in this revelation, right? It's the revelation. I think there is a Bible book or verse about it. I will not quote it because I don't know it, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with this, right? Some lower animalistic natures being expanded, right? And expanded as in doing those activities more, or others being aware of said activities. So in most cases we have shady activities, right? Tricking people, scamming people, and in the worst case we have undesired and unjustified sexual activities with people that might or might not have been underage, right? Which is very bad on itself. But like I said, we're not talking about the accusations or what is being exposed. We are here to take a look at the pattern and understand how astrology, and not astrology, because astrology is already us being aware of it, right? But the things that we're being aware of, aka spiritual and subconscious changes, how they reveal themselves in reality. And you can look at these patterns and then look at yours or just the world natal chart and understand the patterns and what's going on right now. Shout out to the Peace Stealer, by the way, because I've always heard him saying that Gemini is the sign of truth, which is very true, because Gemini is an air sign, right? And we have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, all of them being air signs. And Gemini, I think it's the one that cares the least about image, about feelings, about structure, about what has happened, or about what will happen, right? So Gemini can clearly be the one that focused the most in just the facts, in just communicating. I don't care what will be the implications of it. I don't care if you feel bad about it. I don't care if I feel bad about it. I'm just communicating it. I have no other intention besides just communicating it. But then, oh, but you might think, I know Geminis and they're always gossiping and being toxic and shit. That's them using the Gemini energy in the wrong way or with another element of their natal chart, bringing those negative attributes to them. Because in general, Gemini is light. In general, Gemini is not attached to emotions and feelings, right? So when we look at Libra, for example, Libra is ruled by Venus and co-ruled by Saturn. So there is an outwards perspective about looks, pleasure, and commitment, which kind of blocks them for being truthful. Libras usually are associating with cheating or sugarcoating stuff, so they are the ones generally more away from the truth. And then Aquariuses, they are a bit more egotistical, they care more about their appearance, and they care a lot about building something up. So Aquariuses can hide the truth for a greater good. And then it depends in their individual perspective, what is a greater good? It might not be a greater good, it might just be a good for their ego, right? But Aquariuses care more about, oh, we have to have this image for our company to look good, or we have to maintain this image so people can feel safe or trust our system, right? While Geminis will just be like, hey bro, I know this, I've heard this, I'm gonna communicate with you. And sometimes Geminis do spread rumors, but it's not because they mean ill intentions. They're just using their energy, they're just being themselves, but they forgot or they just didn't knew all the details, for an example, and then a rumor can be harmful in that way. So now that we dissected the Gemini archetype, we can understand what is happening, right? So many content creators and influencers, and not just the amount of the cases, also the aggravation of the cases, right? And like I said before, things that were already known are getting more known, okay? Expansion. Because when we look at Jupiter, Jupiter is the planet, the essence, the things that we do as well that are associated with expansion, wisdom and knowledge, traveling, and the ability for you to learn and communicate your own testimonies and your own experiences. So with Jupiter in Gemini, there will be, and there has already been, an expansion of the truth, an expansion of showing and bring to the light, right, things that were more dense, dark, and animalistic that had to do with communication, society, and social media in general. And why do I phrase it like that? The expansion or bring to the light low animalistic natures or dark stuff. Because Gemini and Jupiter to a certain extent as well, it's about make things lighter. It's about making things more flexible, or it's about making things less heavy. So, or just taking the curtains away, uncovering something, discovering something, right? So, and that's exactly what's happening with the case of Mr. Beast, for an example. I think that's the perfect case because it has been getting so much attention, and to a certain extent, it's the one that is more connected with society and social media in general. Because Mr. Beast's videos are viral, they have millions of views, and they connect a lot of different types of people and different types of events and challenges, but they all had, not all, but most of the videos and the corporation itself had some shady businesses, shady practices, and intentions that were being masked as relatable, charity, fun, and enjoyment. And Jupiter in Gemini allowed people, because Jupiter in Gemini didn't do anything, right? But people, spirits in bodies, using and reacting to Jupiter in Gemini energy, right? They felt more ready to express it. They were able to make more sense and gather information that can be proven that is real and factual to prove their points, right? And also, perhaps imagine, I'm building a case about Mr. Beast, whatever, and Jupiter was not in Gemini. There was lacking some information. There was lacking some confirmation. Maybe I didn't have so much confidence. The moment Jupiter hits Gemini, or when it's a bit into Gemini already, boom, the information appear, or you can connect some of the dots, or you feel more confident. You can actually make a video about it, and then boom. That's why these videos and these allegations are showing up so much right now, because the space, right, that we are in breeds more that those alignments, those events, right? So we are experiencing right now the revelation of people that were satisfying their own animalistic natures by manipulating others' animalistic natures. A quick example, Mr. Beast giving money to a person if they do this challenge. In a lot of cases, the challenge was actually like they're just being a slave, or they're just hurting their physical or mental integrity, right? So people are also not enjoying, but they are confirming. They are not, no, Mr. Beast is an angel and you are wrong. to the people that were exposing Mr. Beast, for an example. No, people are actually like, oh, I kind of knew that. Or some people is like, bro, I already knew that. And even people that are like still on the fence, people like, oh, this evidence is actually good. And I just remembered real quick, then people from like, that's why the Mr. Beast example is so good, because it has so much nuances that connect to this topic. Then certain people on Mr. Beast Corporation trying to defend the cause are actually hurting more the cause. So this is really Jupiter in Gemini playing or people using Jupiter in Gemini playing all the roles, or all the roles, I mean. You have the good guys, or the people that are using Jupiter in Gemini in the right way. For example, the dude that made those videos about Mr. Beast that had millions of views, because he brought some good information. He also brought not only like crimes that are literally crimes, like the lotteries, but he also brought information to not only to accuse Mr. Beast and his corporation of illegal practices, but also of their more inhumane and animalistic natures. And that's exactly the point, right? Especially the second video, if you guys know what I'm talking about. It was way more about showing the dark side and the animalistic side of that corporation, of that group of individuals called the Mr. Beast, right? And they brought that up because they were putting up an image of, no, it's all okay, we're all good people, we just have fun, I just want to make the best of this together, right? And then you have the bad actors, because we are all actors. I have a video on the channel talking about it. We're all acting in our own characteristics, our own wills. So we are actors to a certain point. But then you have the bad actors using the Jupiter in Gemini energy on the wrong way, which is those people that, for example, on Twitter try to defend Mr. Beast, but by defending them in a very poor way, in a very unfactual way, they're actually hurting the cause, because they actually reacting in a way that is too light, in a way that is too la-la landish, and in a way that does not meet the full criteria to defend the cause. For an example, they be addressing certain issues that were actually jokes from the video that were accusing Mr. Beast, for an example. So you can see that they are too light, or they're just too quick to jump the gun and offer some information that is not helping the cause and is actually hurting the cause, right? And all of this is happening, or all of this was helped into fruition because of Jupiter in Gemini, expanding the truth, expanding information, bringing to the light some darkness, some lower animalistic natures, right? Especially when it's about sexual stuff or scummy stuff, yeah, exactly, that deals with manipulating emotions or hurting somebody else's emotions or blowing somebody else for content, for views, for just that's how we do it, or superiority type things, right? And we cannot deny it, right? All of this really started happening when Jupiter went a bit deeper into Gemini, and the way things are going and the way people are reacting to the situation in a more light and logical way really show us that we are all using, to a certain extent, more than others, some more than others, this factor, this ability that we have right now more than ever to expand, travel, and obtain wisdom and knowledge in more logical, realistic, efficient, and mutable ways, aka Jupiter in Gemini. Thank you for watching, and now you know what's going on. I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, a whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. Always believe in yourself, always believe in all possibilities, and remember, the best way to be is to be your goddamn self. I'm surfing out. See you next time.